Hello, friends. How are you? Today is another day that we are going to talk about the leadership, and there are seven concepts that we talk about the real leadership. If you want to become a competence leader, if you want to become a real manager, or if you want to become a real leader, especially these kind of things we are applying into the companies and into the large organizations. um, how to become a leader, how to become a great leader, because earlier before I have done so many series of videos about the leadership and competencies of the leadership, competencies of the managers which they need. I'm going to talk about seven concepts in today this episode of video. The first thing, of course, because this will be a short video. Actually, I don't want to take your time, a lot of time, because you all are busy people. And first thing is, of course, the ability to think critically. There is a series. There are some series of videos that you can watch and you can search on the YouTube as well. uh, Ability to think critically, how to think, critical thinking, and problem solving. So in these days, many scenarios and the many structural lines and the many streamlines, subject streamlines, people are going to talk about the reviews and the ability to think critically, right? This is also one of a very important thing as a leader and as a manager. You should have to ability to think critically and apply in the real world scenarios and real situations, right? So this is the number one, uh, prioritize wise. Number one, competencies of the ability to think critically as a manager. The managers need, actually the directors need, into any organization, even into politics, even into society, even into large organizations, to in any industry, right? And secondly, the ability to communicate clearly. That is very important, especially in such large organizations like NATO and United Nations World Health Organization and Geneva Human Rights Council, and also in the politics, especially in the European Union as well. The great leaders, they must have to have the ability, patience, tolerance, and communicate clearly what you are saying to the people, right? What you are saying, you must have to have a ability and presence and express your view correctly, clearly, and neatly uh, to the people and to the interested parties, right? There is, if you want to become a great leader, if you want to become a great manager, that is also one of a key element, key issue that you have to have. Number three, the ability to inspire others, right? Of course, when it comes to the ability to inspire others, there is something I have to tell you, right? There's a one scenario. There's one small discussion was going on in our factory. So someone, one of a supervisor, he said to me that we are not here to inspire others, right? Actually, there is a meaningful thing in that statement. Sorry. Actually, we are not here. We are not in this world to inspire others, but we are here to inspire our goals, our expectations, our businesses. This is a business. What we are doing is a business, right? So we have some competitors, we have some collaborators, and all those the people. We must have to have ability to inspire and ability to winning our goals. There are so many techniques that we use to winning the goal. So we must have to have, if you want to become a great manager, ability to inspire others, not by the words but by the actions as well, right? Because most of the people, they use uh, they think they can inspire others by words only, right? Most of the people think that the company, what they have to do, what the company should do for us, but not what we do for the company. It is our duty, and also it is our it's our responsibility and duties uh, to keep the privacy and do something for the country and for the industry and for the company. This is the most important thing, right? And number three, of course, ability to inspire others. If you want to become a good manager, you must have to have that ability, right? Inspire others by actions, by winning your goals, by achieving your goals. This is within a brackets, you have to understand that. And ability to, number four, ability to drive the change. You must have to have a change in your organization, in your perception, in your in the company, wherever you work. uh, Even if you work in the political industry, political film industry, political it's not an industry, it's a field, political field, politics, right? Even the geopolitics, whatever it is, right? Even the education sector, even the other industries, pharmaceutical sector, health industry, health sector, right? Government industries, especially to ability to change, drive the change in a country like Sri Lanka, we need to have ability to drive the change, people mindset. And we are to go, we were talking about last time about the system changing, right? When it comes to the system changing, also to ability to think correctly, to ability to drive changely, and into a good change, into a sustainable development, into a better standardization, right? To create the better philanthropist, right? To create the better leadership, to create the inspiration people, to create the better businessmen, right? So these kind of things, to create the better entrepreneurs. So these are the things that, if you want to become a manager, if you want to become a good leader, you must have to have these skills, right? And number five is very important thing, to ability to the ability to develop the people. Most of the industries, most of the sectors, most of the parts in the world, we know there are so many disputes, so many mismatching, so many scammers, believing each other, building up the trustworthy, and developing the people. It's got a little bit of hard to understand. It's a kind of a hard task to do. So why it happens? Because people are changing, society is changing, make the changes of the world and of the people, and the culture is changing, countries are changing, political situations are changing. Geographically, time make the big difference of the people's life, right? Time makes the big difference of our life, as well as people's life everywhere, anywhere and everywhere in the world. We were in the globalization. We were now. If the world is so, for example, if the world is dragging through to the future without any consequences, or without any harmful things like a nuclear war, societal collapse, and those kind of things, I think ability to create the new people, to develop the people, develop the inspired people, develop someone like scientists, like mathematicians, like philosophers, like doctorates, and like entrepreneurs, better entrepreneurship. It's a kind of a one of the best among the best competencies to the managers, to create the people, to ability to have a creativity, to have the credibility to do something, to develop the people, right? Developing the people is one of the most important thing. And to ability to build the relationships, excuse me, When it comes to the relationships, number six, it can be a political relationship, social relationship, managerial relationships, uh, relationships between the competitors, between the allies, right? So this is one of the most important thing which we are facing these days, right? So we must have to have the ability to build up the relationships with the people, with our staff, with our colleagues, with our team. So better teams give the better results, right? So ability to build the relationships with the other parties, with the interested parties, with the auditors, whoever it is, right? Believe me, these things are matching, and these things could be able to applicable to any industry, so there's nothing to worry about it. These are the common themes, common theme lines I'm going to talk about to you today. The leadership competencies to the managers and the great leaders, right? And ability to build the relationships is among the interested parties, among the people, now among the concepts, in between the concepts, the relationships, in between the scenarios, the relationships. Good theme life, set up a good dialogue. Huh? This is the most important things if you want to become a seven leadership skills, right? And the number seven, to ability to create accountability with the parties, accountability with the scenarios. Uh, if you create a role model and how to apply for that, this is accountability, and scalability should be there, right? Great maneuverability. So sometimes scalability and maneuverability, which is not matching. Sometimes scalability and accountability, which is not matching. Sometimes we are facing at last we are failing if we gonna if we gonna think about it and review it and see, accountability has been failed. Some of the reasons, some of the there's standardization issues, right? There is a sustainable issue. There is a sustainable issue somewhere in the supply chain, somewhere in the productivity, some productivity issues, right? So everything, when it comes to the, that's why we need to develop first the, to have a ability to build the good relationships among the scenarios and among the concepts. How far it will be matching with the situation, and how far it will give the kind of a good results, and how far the ability to create the accountability by how much we have and what are the resources we have, uh, like a feasibility study, and what kind of results it could give, like Sri Lanka situation in last year, and still it is struggling through economic and social unrest and economical crisis, and Sri Lanka become bankrupted because these kind of things, once the state corruption and the political corruption and the grand corruptions, economical corruptions, if the corruptions is are in everywhere, like Sudan, and also Brazil, and also Zimbabwe, and also Lebanon, like Afghanistan and Myanmar and Sri Lanka, Pakistan. These countries are the on the top level of the most poorest countries in the world. Why it happens? Because of mismanagement, corruptions, and everything like that. Such like those things. So this is today our video, and the ability to create accountability is much more important for us and for our future generation and the future initiatives, how to become a great leaders, and how to sustain this world into a beautiful place, better place to live to our future generation, right? So this is our episode. I'm going to finish my episode, and we will see another great video in the future. And I'm going to talk about many things like leadership and scrum mastering, agile technologies and agile methodologies, and so many things, right? And also software engineering, and some of the hot and the precise and the valuable valuable things I'm going to talk about and give you some ideas and give you some theses and give you some backups to make into your knowledge into a solid knowledge, right? So we'll see you in next time in another great video. See you. Bye bye. Have a great day.